Yeah, so we've talked about a lot of things today. One last thing we're going to talk about. So I did a video this week about, actually, I think it was a talk I did last Saturday night about a state representative in Minnesota who wasn't able to allow himself to be civil towards what is probably a trans colleague on the other side of the aisle. I don't have to call you by your preferred pronouns. You're not important enough for me to call you by your preferred pronouns, so on and so on and so on. And, he asked, what can you do about it? What are the consequences? And I said in the video, well, the consequences are you show the world who you really are, which is an uncivil individual. Somebody who has no sense of empathy or compassion or concern for another person. I got a comment, and I couldn't. It must be one of those comments that YouTube grabbed it, and I didn't get a chance. Like, I didn't even get a chance to respond to it, and I certainly didn't get a chance to take a screenshot of it, which is what I like to do. Anyhow, the comment said something along the lines of the people of the LGBTQ community, and I'm paraphrasing here. The people of the LGBT community that I've met are all narcissists, and they want their way, and they're entitled brats, and they're this and they're that and the other thing. And I thought that was really an interesting statement, because I remember growing up through the 70s and watching TV at a time when another segment of the population was fighting for equity and equality and justice and recognition, and the word that was used to describe them was uppity. You may have heard that word uppity used from time to time when certain folks decided that they were going to push an issue and try to get what they actually deserved, which was to be treated like real, live human beings. We use other words to describe women during the various times in our society when women stood up and said, we want to be treated equally, and we want equality, and we want equity, and we've used words to describe them. So I just thought it was interesting. This person was using terms like narcissists and entitled to describe members of the LGBT community for standing up and saying, these are my pronouns, or I want the same rights that you have as a straight individual. That's not what I really wanted to talk about, though. The person goes on in the comment to say, they don't deserve my respect. I don't have to be deserving of it. I don't have to give respect to some narcissist, some entitled brat. They're not getting I give respect to those who deserve it. I used to have this argument with my dad all the time. My dad would tell me, this person, they deserve your respect. And I said, they don't deserve my respect. My dad would say, okay, maybe, but you should give your respect. You give them your respect. Doesn't matter if they deserve it or not. That's whoever it is. You give them your respect. Now, it took 50 years for my dad's teaching to sink in. But if I had the chance to go back and respond to this person about we respect those who deserve it, I would respond by saying, we don't respect other people for their benefit. We do it for ours. All the things, we were talking earlier about all the different things that Jesus calls us to do, to be perfect. And we don't do that stuff for the other person. We do it for us. We don't forgive another person for them, right? So that thank God you forgave me. Now I can sleep at night. We don't do it for them. We forgive because of how it benefits us. We're merciful not for the other person. We're merciful because of how it benefits us. We're respectful, not because of the other person and not for the purpose of the other purpose. We're respectful because of the benefits it has for us. We're kind because of the benefits to us. It's really horribly selfish, actually. But we exhibit the characteristics of Christ not for the sake of the other person. We do it for us. It feeds us. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel like we're on the right path. It makes us feel like we're moving in the right directions. It challenges us. And it feels good when you achieve something that challenges you. I don't offer respect to somebody because they have done something to demonstrate they've earned it. Again, Dad, you taught me this lesson. I offer respect to somebody because they're a human being, because they are a creature of God. They're a member of God's beautiful creation that surrounds me. I offer respect to the forests and to the oceans for the same reason, not because they've earned it, but because they're the image of God. And by loving them and by respecting them and by being kind to them and by forgiving them and being merciful towards them and being gentle with them and kind with them, I'm doing that for God. And by doing that for God, it builds my faith, and it helps my trust, and it helps in the practice of being a human being. Ultimately, I'm the one that gains the most from it. I'm the one that reaps the rewards of living the way Jesus asks me to live. Amen.